to my YouTube channel. My name is Sipho. Thank you so much for joining me once again on my channel. Thank you so much for everyone who has subscribed. Thank you to everyone who has liked, who has commented, who has been sharing my comment. I see you, I see you, I see you, and I appreciate you so much. So today I am talking about a topic that has been requested. I say it's requested in the sense that not necessarily people saying do a YouTube video on this, but it is because a lot of people are asking me these questions. So it's not just questions that I've like made up from nowhere. It's literally questions that people do ask me, people who interact with me, whether be it on social media or people that I come across like on a daily basis. So I just wanted to share a bit about my, I don't know whether to call it a weight loss journey or like my healthy lifestyle journey. Decide what you want to call it. But yes, I have been losing weight since the beginning of the year, and I have made some lifestyle adjustments, and I want to share that all with you today. You know, we are almost at the end of the year, and you know, I've made some decisions that have, you know, benefited me this year, and I want to share that all with you. But obviously I want to give you a backstory of where everything began. My first question is basically the factors that led to me being classified as obese according to my BMI. I'll probably share on the screen to let you know what my BMI was then, and Klambi what it is now, if I feel comfortable enough to share it. But anyway, those of you who know, I obviously have a baby. So I had a baby in 2012, and obviously I started gaining weight from there. But my weight problems did not start when I had a baby. Growing up, you know, being told Guti I am bigger than other people, you know, I always knew Guti something is wrong with me. But obviously when I had a baby, things started getting worse, and I was on what do you call this thing? I was on birth control. Yes, I took birth control, and yeah, if you are a woman, you know what that thing does to you. Like those hormones, they affect your weight so drastically, and mine was affected as well. Like I blew up. I blew up drastically after I had a baby, because I actually lost some weight while I was pregnant, but I actually blew up after having a baby, and then I started going on diets. I went in hard, and then when I stopped I would go spiraling down again. It was a process. I remember I think 2 years after having my baby, I was actually about the size that I am now, actually, because I remember like the shorts that I had when my baby was 2, they actually fit again, you know. It just, you know, it was just a process, man, of up and down throughout all these years. I know I've also been, you know, like depressed a couple of times. I know it was not necessarily diagnosed, but I'm a social worker. I can see all the signs. You know, I deal with people who are depressed, so I actually, you know, could pick up, okay, Miguel, you are currently depressed right now, you know. I even did go to therapy. So started a new job in like this period. Started a new job, and with the job that I was in, we traveled quite a lot. So that meant, you know, food at B&Bs and at the conference center where we were working. You know, there was always food all the time. And you know, being on the road, you don't always have, you know, like discipline when it comes to your food. So yeah, those were some of the factors that led to me being where I was at the beginning of this year. And I was like, I think I was about 90 kilograms, and probably, maybe not the heaviest that I think actually it was the heaviest that I've used to try losing weight over the years. So when I was in varsity, I think in my second year of varsity, I went to gym. We signed up for gym. A friend of mine and I, actually friends of mine and I, we joined the gym that was just down the road from our residence. But I was not necessarily focusing on the food, which was red flag number one. But I did not know. There was a diet plan that we were given there, but it was so confusing for me because I didn't have half the stuff that was in there. Not because I couldn't afford, but I thought, who eats these things, you know? So yeah, I've tried that. And after I had my baby, which was in 2012, I think 2013 or 14, I was on a pescatarian diet for about 4 months. So that meant that I stopped eating meat and I was only on fish, and other seafoods like your pilchards and whatever you could find in the sea, like, you know, mussels. I love mussel meat, and I would have vegetables. And I remember I would even eat vegetarian burgers from Steers, and I would have no meat for 4 full months. I did that. And I remember I only had meat on my sister's graduation that year, which was in April. And I got so sick after that. But yeah, it went spiraling down. After that, I had meat all the time. Losing weight during that time, mind you. I was not losing weight, or I couldn't see anything. But it was only, I think, later on, when I had stopped taking birth control, I think, that I started then to see results and start to lose weight. And I had gone back to gym. I was at gym as well. Then I stopped going to gym because it was clashing with my schedule. I could not go to gym. It was back to square one. And yeah, my life just took another turn. And you know, I've been trying so many things. I would try juicing, not like hardcore, like but I'd try having smoothies. Yes, I'd have smoothies for breakfast. But even my smoothies, guys, they were not the healthiest of smoothies. But you know, just for, and yes, it was a mind thing telling me, but you know, like, this is, you know, the way. I would stop eating certain things, but it wouldn't work. But I've tried all those things, but I will get to what I've tried now that has, you know, actually worked. I think I did touch on this. I had my history with my body image. Wow. My history with body image started from a very young age, where I was told by other kids at school that, you know what, you are fat, you are big, you are that, you know. And seeing, when, like, growing up as a teenager and seeing that other kids, you know, were preferred because fika, you know, and looking a certain way. And then obviously that affected my self-esteem, and I started to notice that, you know, I'm not like the other kids, like most kids. And you know, then that is where it all started. So guys, I feel like, let your kids know. And I did not have affirmation, so let your kids know that they are beautiful. I was not affirmed when I was growing up, and I don't want to blame my family or my parents or whatever, but it played a very big role. I was not affirmed as a child to go to, you know what, you actually look good, you know, your body is beautiful and whatnot. I did not get that sort of affirmation, and it caused some of the problems, you know, with my body image. And also, you know, the kids at school, because they would tell you, but this is not the way you are supposed to be looking. Not in so many words, but you know, like those subtle comments about how you look, they would actually affect you. And you know, some teachers as well, the things that they would say, even if they would say it to another child who you see as, you know, a bit chubby or whatever, then you would look at yourself and feel like, well, okay, I'm in the same category as that person, so which means that there's something wrong with me, you know. So those things would also affect my body, how I felt about my body. So what has worked for me now? What has worked for me now, I shared it briefly in another video, but in the beginning of the year, I think the previous day or 2 days before Unyaka Upele, I had, you know, like, drafted some things that I wanted to achieve this year, and one of that was to work on myself and work on my self-image and work on my body. And so I came across this a couple of people on Twitter who are actually starting 90 days without sugar. And you know what, I thought, I'm gonna jump onto this train. You know, like, what could it hurt? I've tried all the other things, but let me try this, you know, who knows, it could work. So I got onto that train, that 90 days without sugar. I went on that. I remember in the very first, on the 6th of January, I decided that will be the day that I start when I go to work, go back to work in January. So I went back to work, I started my diet. I don't want to call it a diet, but I started the 90 days without sugar. And then after that, So that week, I actually, because I knew that the following week we were going to start with fasting at church, so I thought, let me start with intermittent fasting. So intermittent fasting is when you eat for certain hours, and then you fast for certain hours in the day. I'll write that. I can't remember how many hours you eat, how many hours you don't eat, but get in the 24 hours you eat. But now I would eat from 12, between 12 and 8, so to be 8 hours, and then the rest of the hours I would not eat. So I knew that by 8 p.m. I should not be having anything in my mouth. I will eat the next day at 12 o'clock at work. So I did that the first week. The second week was obviously fasting, so we were in Daniel fasting. I continued like intermittent fasting even while we were doing that, because I would not eat in the morning. I'd just have my green tea or my water with lemon, and then I would not have anything up until 12. Then I'd have my fruits, and then at night I would have my vegetables. That was the second week. And then going on, I would try and do, like, I tried continuing with the intermittent fasting, and I cut out all sorts of sugar, and I cut out bread from my diet. So I cut out all sorts of sugar, like all sorts of processed sugar. So the only sugar I would get was the sugar that I got from my fruits. So that is the only sugar I had. And then continuing Gengogo after that, I would even, like when I craved, like some carbs or whatever, I would have them, but in moderation. I would usually eat 4 slices of bread. So I cut down on that, and I eat 2 slices. Like to this day, I'd rather eat just 2 slices of bread when I'm really, really craving bread. Or when there's nothing there to eat, and I have my vegetables, I have my fruits most of the time, because guys, money is tight, and you won't always have all these fancy things that you want to eat, but you want to try and eat as healthy as much as you possibly can. One thing though that also works is that you do not starve yourself, because when you starve yourself, when you are dieting, you will then fall back and eat all the junk that you see. Also, what a friend of mine would like to say, and someone that I follow on Twitter, Ujwa Kumalo, what she would say is that when you do want something, like you want to buy a chocolate or something sweet, do have it, but from time to time, not all the time, because when ingqondo yakho, you have like programmed it ukuthi, no, this thing is bad, I don't want to I want to stay away from it and whatnot. You are punishing yourself, and then you will resent even the lifestyle that you want to go on. So now I adapted a lifestyle, and I'm not on a diet, guys. I am not. From time to time I would jump on the challenges. I would jump on a challenge, for instance the Do It October challenge, where like Mondays it would be a plant-based Monday, for example. So for that entire Monday, like from morning up until dinner time, I would just have fruits and vegetables, and like peanuts and whatever I could find, like green tea, but I would not have any eggs, any milk, any cereal. I would just have fruits and vegetables on those particular days. So I would jump on those challenges from time to time, but I did not want to get on strict diets, because I know my history with failed diets, and this is actually the longest I have been consistent in try this whole transformation thing. This is the longest I've been consistent, because I don't box myself into saying I am on a diet, and also during the lockdown, I exercised quite a lot. During the lockdown, and I think it was only when it was really, really cold, I think in July, where I did not exercise like at all. I think if I did exercise in July, it was only 1 week, but July was the hardest. And then I went back in August. I exercised. So this is my exercise. I had gotten myself a skipping rope even prior to like this year, like I think 2 years or a year ago, but I hadn't used it, only started using it this year. So I had a skipping rope, so I would skip. I remember in the beginning of the year, Asi and I used to like challenge each other, so try to get to 500, and then probably the next day she would get to 700, and then I'd have to chase that, would try and compete, and see who can get to 1,000. It was fun, and up until I had an injury, so I had to stop stop with the skipping rope, but then I went on back on it when it was locked down. I used to run. I ran around the house. I would do 5 kilometers. I remember I started with 1 kilometer, and then I think I did 2 the following day or 3, and then I used to do 5 kilometers around the house. Whoa, like a miracle route, guys. I was literally going in circles the whole time. My neighbors would make comments, and I would just put my earphones on, play loud music, and run around the house the whole time. So that was my life. I was running around the house during the lockdown. Then I would also do like home exercises. I would download videos from YouTube, and I would do those routines. I wouldn't necessarily have like set routines, but I remember this particular one that worked really well for me. It was this other 7-day routine. It was for the stomach to lower it a bit, and it worked. It actually worked. I remember I took a photo at the beginning, and I took a photo after the 7 days. It actually worked, particularly for my back. Because I you know, when you have rolls like at the back, and my back was like, you know, nice and flat. Not flat, but you know, it was not as rolled like it was before. So it those things actually work. So those are some of the things that I did, and I still continue to exercise, particularly the skipping rope. I tried running during the Dwet October, but Kesana, the place that I live in, is not very safe. So the person that I was running with is unreliable. I couldn't stop because I couldn't run. I decided to go back on the skipping rope full time. So I skip about 4 days a week, and then after skipping, I go onto YouTube and watch some workout routines, and I would do those workout routines. Sometimes my daughter would join me, and she would mess up my my routine sometimes, but you know what, I get it done. I try to push myself as far as I mean, as much as I can. But what I know to work is particularly a diet, guys, compared to exercise. By diet, I don't mean like your strict diets, but I mean like eating right, eating food that you know that is good for your body, and how is this particular thing going to benefit me in the long run? Because guys, I am in ministry, I have dreams, I have ambitions, you know, I see myself going far, like with Ubomi Bam. And now if this temple, if this body cannot carry me, if I'm not taking care of it, I mean, like, would it carry me to where I see myself in the future? No. So I've had to, you know, have that in mind and think, Okuti, if I don't take care of this body, will it won't take care of me. It won't get me to where I need. The meal ideas which I think might work or help, I don't have set meals, but I do know that I enjoy having oats in the morning. I enjoy having oats. So you can cook your oats. It's nothing difficult. You can have your oats, and the oats keeps you full for long, guys. You don't need to have oats and then still have your bread and your things. And after that, now I'm not a bread don't person in the morning. Okay, I am a porridge cereal type of person. So I would have my oats, have it with peanut butter and some milk. Sometimes I'd have it with sugar, but sometimes I'd have it with honey. Put in a banana there as well. So you can have your oats however you like it. Now I soak it first and then I cook it. I don't like raw oats. It's not for me. I tried it. Nah, fam, not for me. So now I love my oats in the morning. It keeps me fuller for longer. Sometimes especially while in intermittent fasting, I'd have my oats. Guys, I would have oats even at 12, and then I'd have supper after that because I am so full for the rest of the day. Some of the things that have helped me get when it comes to isapa, I would have whatever they are. Like, apparently I don't stop them from cooking the way that they want to, but I tell them to avoid unphakela, like rice and ipap and all those things. So I don't eat those on any occasion. I know my sister, you know, she likes serving me brown rice. I don't like how it tastes, guys. I tried it, but it's not for me either. So I'd rather avoid rice altogether. It was never my favorite thing, kakade, but just so that that is why I would have it. But ngoku, I get full from eating just my vegetables and, you know, whatever meat is available when I'm having dinner. One thing that I want to stress is that what works for me might not work for you. Yes. So what works for me might not work for you. What works for you might not work for me. This is why this is what I like to say when people are selling me all these things and whatnot. It's fine, guys. Be about your lives, be about your businesses, be about that. Now I'm also about my life. Now, I don't want to depend on, like certain teas, certain, mixtures or whatnot. I just want to enjoy my life, because I don't want what will I do when I run out of those things, when I run out of those teas, when I run out of those shakes and run out of those things. Now I work according to my own budget. I work according to what I know I can sustain. And I know I can sustain a life of eating certain things and not eating certain things. And I know whenever I'm craving a certain thing that is not particularly healthy, I can have it, as your cheat meal once in a while. I don't have to cheat all the time, guys. You don't have to cheat every single weekend, no. But just bear in mind ukuthi what works for one person might not necessarily work for the other. So when I go according to, even your personality, go according to things that you can maintain, and start slow. That is why 90 days without sugar helps quite a lot. Even if you can do 30 days, just try. And after that, I promise you guys, you are mindful even of the amount of sugar you take. I don't take the same amount of sugar that I used to take before I went onto that challenge, because now I understand that sugar is not good for me. But sweet tooth, So I do have sugar, but I have it. I don't have coffee every other day. And when I do have coffee, it's just 1 cup a day. I don't like having coffee all the time, as much as I do like it. A very important message that I want to leave you with is that examine your why. Question your motives. Question why it is that you want to lose the weight that you have gained over the years or over the months, or like during the lockdown for some people. Question your motives. I think that will help you also not to be very hard on yourself. When you question the motive that is behind you wanting to lose this weight, because you don't want to do it because ubani looks, so snatched on Instagram. I want to look like Kim Kardashian. I want to look like so and so. If your reasons are pure and it's for health reasons, then I would like good for you, good for coveting another person because they look good and whatnot, then you're gonna fall short, because you don't know what those people are doing. I mean, if you go onto Instagram, you will see what people go for body sculpting and all those things. They pay money to look the way that they do, and when they come to you and showing you that they are having Herbalife, again, I'm just making an example, okay, they are having TLC, things that work for other people, but you would think that the things that they are doing sebenza zizodwa, and they pay also to sculpt themselves and do all those things. They go for surgery and do all those things. So guys, be gentle on yourself and know the reasons why you are doing certain things, and not because you covered these celebrities and covered all these people, these influencers that are on Instagram. And also, the goal is to be healthy, not to be slim or whatnot. Well, for me, the goal is to be healthy and not particularly be slim. I know my goal weight, I know my goal size and whatnot. I don't know right now what I weigh, because I'm not always on the scale, because I'm not really concerned about how much I weigh, more than I'm concerned what I am healthy, and yes, I can see the difference in my body. Might not be much for you, but it is very, very, very big for me, because I am not where I was last year. I will show you my before and afters. I am definitely not where I was last year, and I'm at a far better place, even emotionally, even mentally, even spiritually, because of the decision that I took to be more healthier. Acceptance is key also. Even before you start your journey, accept who you are, love yourself, and treat yourself from a place of love, and not from a place of coveting other people, and not from a place where you hate the person that you see in front of the mirror. Because if you do that, then you're going to be too hard on yourself. Then you're going to be doing things that are unhealthy, and you're going to be doing all these things that are not good for you. So guys, that is what I have done. That is my journey, and yours could be different. Do things that work for you, guys. Don't do things just because usisipho uthi makwenziwe hlobo. Yes, you can feel free to pop a DM on my Instagram and say, Sisipho, I've tried this, it's not working for me, what do you think? You know, I will tell you what I think, but you don't have to take it. You know, even what I've said in this video, you don't have to take it. You can watch someone else's video, you can watch someone else's Instagram stories, you can watch someone else's journey and take from that. But guys, don't be hard on yourself and don't punish yourself. Punishment is the worst thing that you can do for yourself. So I hope you have learned a lot from this video. It is very long. I hope you have learned a lot and that you will, you know, be kinder to yourself and work and in transforming umzimba wakho to be lento that you feel is right. But guys, health is the key. I mean, is the main goal. Be healthy. Whatever it is that you are doing, make sure that you are healthy and you are not, you know, punishing yourself or doing all these awful things to your body. Guys, love your body. Love your body. It has carried you up until this far. All you can do is treat it with gentleness going forward. I love you so much, and thank you for watching this video once again. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Let me know what you have tried. You can pop into my DMs on Instagram. I'm sips_mkutukana. On Facebook I have a page, Sips Mkutukana. You can pop in a DM even there. And my personal account is Sisipho Mkutukana. Please guys, do not sell me products to lose weight. I am not about that life. I think I've already explained that. So this video is not inviting you to give unsolicited advice on anything. I know what works for me now and I will just get better at that. And yeah, so I'll see you in my next video. Bye now.